Today we have our second Sendico pickup, and I got some DS Lites and some DS Originals today. We got a various amount of different colors, and I'm excited to show you all of them. Today I will be reviewing which ones actually work, which ones have cosmetic flaws, and which ones will need repair. Anyways, roll the intro. Today we got a much larger box of consoles, and that's because I opted for many DS Originals and DS Lites. So let's just get this open and see what we got. Sendico tends to use this nice thick shipping tape, which is very good because it makes sense they would do that since I'm importing this all the way from Japan. So let's get this open here and let's check out what we got. I paid a little bit extra, only like $3 or $4 for the extra packaging, and they packed it quite well. Here we got a red DS and a DS Lite, a white DS Lite in the box, can't wait to check that out. This one that's just kind of up here. And a lot of DS Originals I'm very excited for, including this DS Lite here, so let's take these out of here. We also got that one wrapped in bubble wrap. Anyways, let's check these out. First off, we got this Nintendo DS Lite. It's broken, but I should not be able to repair it, so I'll just be selling it for parts, so no problem there. We got this one here with a broken hinge. Might try and do something, I'll figure that out later. Here we got 3 Nintendo DS consoles in titanium silver, one of my favorite colors ever. So let's get this open and check it out. Up here we got a perfectly fine silver one. Wow, that one's actually in pretty good condition. Wow. As expected, we got this one here with some yellowing on the shell. The hinge does still work, but it probably needs to be replaced, as well as the screens, most likely. Here we got this one that has a cracked hinge, but I'll get around to fixing it someday. Pretty good. Here we got this metallic pink DS Lite. This one's pretty cool, but it's definitely broken. I'll get to that later. Here we have a tower of the Nintendo DS's, so let's unbox this and see what we got. Up on the top here we have a graphite one. This is pretty cool. I love this color. This one's perfectly fine from the looks of it. Next up we got another graphite one. Oh, that one's pretty scratched up, but it's pretty okay. Here we got an ice blue one, little bit discolored, but perfectly fine. Then we got this ice blue one, also perfectly fine, just a bit of scratches. We got a white one here, the discoloring, pretty common, so no issue there. We got another white one, only a little bit of discoloring, bit less, but still pretty yellow. Then we got a white one that actually isn't discolored, first one I've seen. Pretty cool, and it's actually a beautiful color when the yellowing hasn't infected the shell, so yeah, we got a stack of DS Originals, so that's awesome. Alrighty, here we have my favorite and a broken DS Lite. Let's take a look here. Wow, yep, we got a lava red DS Original. I've been wanting to see one of these for a long time, so that is awesome. We got another broken DS Lite, so I'll just resell that for parts. I know this one's pretty awesome. We got a box DS Lite. Let's take a look at what we got inside of it. Opening up the box, it is actually complete, it seems. It's a little difficult to get out because the box has probably been closed for some time. Everything's wanting to come out instead of the inserts, so that's a little disappointing, but there, we got it. Let's take a look at what we got here. We got the Picto Chat, the Nintendo Club pamphlet here. We got the manual, which they decided to put this USB charger in between it, which I won't include that one. I have an original one that will go in here. And then we got the DS pamphlet thing, not sure what it says. I'm going to try and learn Japanese though. Here we got the DS Lite itself, a little discolored on the external parts, but perfectly cromulent, mint on the inside, so that's pretty nice, and it does work. Wow. Honestly, that's pretty cool. So what we got here, we got a brand new stylus and a brand new strap. I've never seen the strap for the DS Lite, so that's actually kind of cool. Just gonna put this back into the box and then I'll get to it later on. Few hours later, I cleaned up all these consoles and diagnosed them all. So here on the left, I did a little bit of cleaning on all of these here. First off, we got this ice blue one, sky blue I mean. It's a pretty nice color, and this one just has a bit of scratches on the digitizer, but it actually does work totally fine. The screens have no flaws other than the scratches, so yeah, pretty nice unit to just sell, and yeah. Next up, we got this titanium silver one, the one I talked about earlier. The top screen had some dead pixels, I'll get to that later on, but this one's also fully working and is pretty cool. And yeah, so just always nice to see a nice silver around. Definitely an easy sell, people like these a lot, so yeah. Here we got my favorite one of this order, a lava red one. This one didn't need any repairs other than just some natural cleaning, which I usually do for all of them. It's a little shiny, but it's definitely been used pretty well as it does fully work still. So definitely a pretty easy sell, and yeah, so next up we got this nice pearl white one with minor discoloring. It's just scratched and worn and definitely not in the best of shape, so I'll sell it for a bit of a discount. Still pretty nice to see one without all that discoloring on the shell, as that is pretty rare nowadays. Definitely one of the most popular colors is this nice graphite black. It's a nice metallic paint finish, and if you see one in person, it kind of has this like magical, shiny, metallic paint, and it's a really nice color, and I just really like this one as well. Honestly, I like all the colors the DS comes in. After a bit of organization, we have the ones with dead pixels. First off, we've got this graphite DS. Just a bit of dead pixels there on the rim. Not really worth it for me to try and repair, as I don't have that many replacements. But somebody would want to buy that as a cosmetically flawed system anyways, as it is scratched, so not that big of a deal. Then we got the slightly discolored sky blue one. Still, somebody would want to just buy this one to play. However, it's just got some dead pixels on the top and bottom screen. Very minor. Honestly, for this one, I think it's only on the top screen. I can't really see with the light that well. Next up, we got these white ones. I'll sell these for a heavy discount. But they're pretty decent if somebody just wants to play it and then replace the shell in a few years maybe. This one has some minor dead line, and then this one has dead pixels on both the top and bottom screen. And maybe if they don't sell in a long time, I'll probably take these and replace the shells on them with new ones, and then replace the screens as they are still a working console. I know some people are excited to see it, so here is the white DS. I did a bit of cleaning on the shell, and I cleaned the inside of the box, and I didn't put the charger in yet, I don't believe, as this is a voiced over video, if that wasn't obvious. I don't know everything of what I was doing here. However, I did get this box cleaned out, and I know that for sure. I'll definitely start buying more of these box DS's, because even though this one was a little discolored, it was pretty good, and I know it's a pretty easy flip, as I believe I got that DS for only $29, so definitely something nice to see. And so yeah, it just needs the hinge cap replaced and a bit of retro brighting, but I'll just sell it. I actually believe I traded it for this Game Boy Advance I'm going to do a different video on in the future. Alright, here we got the rest of the consoles. We got up here the broken and as-is ones. These ones didn't pass my quality assurance test. This one has some dead lines on the screens, and they like flickering, especially the bottom screen, and the shell's really yellowed, and if this could break in shipping. However, if I wanted to sell it for a heavy discount, I could, but I believe I'm going to hold on to that, but it will stay in the dead pixels stack just for now while I still decide that. Here we have the broken consoles, and this one has a shot hinge, and actually I used this one for parts. As it was actually fully working, this top screen went to the silver one. On the back here, this bottom shell went onto the ice blue one. The battery went into the white one. You can tell this one was just the general part system, and I'll get to it later on, replacing the top screen, replacing the shell and the battery. Here we have the metallic pink one. This one's perfectly fine. I'm going to scrap the slot cover and the stylus from it, but the screens are really yellowed, so it has to be sold for parts, as I do not have the experience to fix one of these yet. Next up, we got this one. I'm not sure what happened to it, but it was definitely ran over by something, as the power switch doesn't even want to work properly, and you can see that the shell is cracked, so definitely a nice restoration video if I had the purpose for it, but yet again, I just can't fix these DS Lites right now, so I'll just sell it for parts, I guess. Then we got this one with a shot hinge as well. It just has water damage on the bottom screen, and the top screen's faulty, so it's not really worth it, and the power switch barely works all the time, so just a parts system. Anyways, just finally, here we have this one. It's perfectly fine, just has a broken hinge, and the screens are pretty yellowed, so I'll save this one for a little repair project. And if you want to check that video out, please subscribe. Just major yellowing on the top screen, so it's perfectly fine for me to attempt a repair on it. So yeah, just gonna try that out for a video, but I already know it failed, so check that out next week. To conclude this video, I just wanted to say this was pretty fun. Most of these consoles were sold at a local gaming convention, however some didn't, so I will be repairing more of these and selling them on my eBay and Etsy page, so please check those out down in the description, as they will be available quite soon after I get the next Sendico order that's arriving hopefully in just a few days.